Hello all, welcome to the live session of Narayana IAS Academy. So the topic that we've actually picked up for discussion today is very simple based on the PYQ that has been asked in the UPSC Prelims examination. So here the topic has actually been picked up and this actually talks about spice exports. This actually has slipped to around 20% in May 2024 amid safety as well as quality concerns. So if you actually see, the spice exports in India had actually been significantly increasing or has been facing a jump year on year consecutively. Initially, it actually saw a 51% jump followed by 12% jump, but suddenly this has actually declined to around 20.28% to be very precise, and this is actually attributed to the pesticide contamination as well as the concerns related to the safety regulations or safety standards. Okay, so over here we'll be discussing about what is the spice industry in India and how does it actually contribute to the Indian economy, as well as the current trends in the export of the spice that actually take place in India, and also more important to it is the Spice Board of India, because in the previous years, I think around 2022, there has been a prelims question on Tea Board of India. So these kind of statutory bodies, the vision, the mission, as well as the objectives of the body and the parent or the nodal agency of this, the responsibilities of it are all important, and the statute through which it actually came into existence are very important specifically for your prelims examination. So here we can actually map this particular topic to economy under prelims examination, under current events of national and international importance, and it might also fall under the mains examination under agriculture. Okay. So moving forward, in 2022, there was actually a question which was asked in the prelims examination on the Tea Board of India. They had actually given 4 statements and asked us to pick which among the following were correct. So moving forward, now let us understand what this particular article is actually talking about, and then moving on, let us actually discuss about what is the Spice Board of India. So after registering a 51% and 12% year-on-year jump in the spice exports in the month of March as well as April respectively, so spice exports have actually slipped to around 20.28% in May to around $361.71 million. So moving forward, let us understand what has been the reason for significant decline in the spice exports. Okay, so the main reason for the decline in India's spice exports specifically in May 2024 was the concerns over its safety as well as pesticide contamination, where there was higher than permissible levels of ethylene oxide, which chemical formula is C2H4O. Okay, so this is actually used as a fumigative agent or a sterilizing agent or a disinfectant agent, that is, which is actually used for killing the microbial growth. Okay, so here there was higher than permissible levels of ethylene oxide in some spice product shipments that was actually exported from India to other countries, majorly from the Indian brands like MDH as well as Everest to the markets like Hong Kong as well as Singapore. And the main concerns is that this ethylene oxide is actually being used excessively and improperly as sterilizing agent that is used to kill the microbial activity and growth, leading to the presence of toxic as well as it is about the carcinogenic residues, that is cancer causing agents, okay, in the final spice products. And since then, the Spice Board of India, which is actually the main topic of discussion, has begun mandatory testing of the Indian spice shipments that we actually do to the other countries, in this case Singapore as well as Hong Kong. So now let us actually understand what is this particular ethylene oxide all about. Okay, so ethylene oxide is nothing but it is a colorless gas with a faintly sweet odor, and it is highly reactive in nature and flammable, that is, it can actually cause that is, it can burn instantaneously. Next is it can catch fire, so that is the meaning of flammable. And if you look at the characteristics, the chemical formula is C2H4O. You can actually see here through the bonds, as well as its boiling point is 10.7 degrees Celsius, and in terms of Fahrenheit it is 15.13 degrees, and it is actually soluble in water, in alcohol, as well as most of the organic solvents. If you see the applications of this ethylene oxide, it is mostly used as a sterilizing agent, I told you, for the medical equipments as well as as the spices. It is also employed in the production of ethylene glycol as well as other kind of chemical components, and also used as fumigating or fumigation agent of certain agriculture products. So what do you mean by fumigation? It is the application of these powerful gases in order to kill the growth of microbes. So what are the effects of exposure or persistent exposure to ethylene oxide? Is that it can cause irritation to the eyes, the skin as well as the respiratory tract, and also long-term exposure can also lead to cancer, reproductive effects as well as neurotoxicity. Okay, and then it is classified as a human carcinogen by IARC, which actually stands for International Agency for Research on Cancer. Now moving forward, let us actually understand about this Spice Board of India. Okay, so here it is actually a statutory body. This is constituted under the Spice Board Act of 1986, and here it actually came into existence by merging the erstwhile Cardamom Board as well as the Spices Export Promotion Council. And also, if you see, the parent authority or the nodal agency is the Department of Commerce, that functions under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. If you look at the Commodity Board, they are actually 5 in number, including the Spice Board, and the other 4 that is actually under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry include: one is your Coffee Board, which is a statutory body that came into effect under the Coffee Act of 1942. The next one is a Rubber Board, a statutory board under the Rubber Act of 1947. Next is the Tea Board, a statutory board or statutory body under the Tea Act of 1953, followed by the 4th one is the Tobacco Board, a statutory body under the Tobacco Board Act of 1975. And if you see what are the roles and responsibilities of this Spice Board of India, it is actually important, it plays an important role in the overall development of the cardamom industry as well as export promotion of around 52 spices that are listed in the schedule of the Spices Board Act of 1986. Now let us actually see what are all the list of spices which are mentioned in the schedule of the Spice Board Act of 1986. So this list is not very important, however it is important to know what it is in case it is actually, in case if it comes in the examination, and by luck if you could actually solve, then things will be in your favor. So some of them actually include the cardamom, pepper, chili, ginger, celery, aniseed, ajovan, kokum, as well as you have mint, and then pepper long. We have vanilla also as one of the spices, tejpat, then horseradish, then greater galanga is there, and you have bay leaf, then you have lowage and nutmeg, etc. Even oregano is actually there, as well as tamarind. So all these are the list of spices which are actually mentioned for protection as well as to enhance the exports, which are under the schedule of the Spice Board Act of 1986. So this way, over here, we have actually come to the conclusion of the live session. It has been a very simple preliminary topic. So the takeaway from this particular, discussion is that any kind of these boards which are in use, why did they come into existence? The statute under which it was actually, born, all these are important for discussion. So here we have come to the end of the live session. For many such live sessions as well as regular updates, please do like, share and subscribe to Narayana IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.